This center of Ramakrishna Mission at Porbandar is situated very near the railway station of Porbandar. During his Parivrajaka days, Swami Vivekananda came to Porbandar in 1891-92 and stayed in the Bhojeshwar bungalow for about 4 months as a guest of Sri Shankar Pandurang Pandit, the administrator of Porbandar, and he was so greatly impressed by the Swamiji that he advised him to go to the west to preach Sanatan Dharma. He taught him French and took his help in editing Athava Veda. Here, Swami Vivekananda finished study of Panini Mahabhashya and deepened his knowledge of scriptures. He was fascinated by the beautiful library of Sri Shankar Pandurang Pandit and hence stayed in this room for about 4 months. Here, for the first time, he heard about the Parliament of Religions to be held in Chicago in 1893. This historical bungalow was given to Ramakrishna Mission on lease for 30 years by the government of Gujarat on 12th January 1997 for starting a fitting memorial of Swami Vivekananda. The bungalow was in a dilapidated condition and was further damaged by the cyclone and the earthquake. Hence, the repair of memorial building is going on. There are at present 150 branches of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission spread all over the world, out of which 3 are in Gujarat, Rajkot, Limdi, and now the latest one in Porbandar. On 12th January 1998, a beautiful statue of Swami Vivekananda was unveiled in a glorious function in which Kiran Bedi, the Magsaysay Award winner celebrity, was also present. Many activities have been started from that time. Medical services are very prominent among these services. Free eye camps are being organized every month. Patients are operated upon free of cost and treated free of cost. Vivekananda Charitable Dispensary, which was started on 13th March 1999, has 3 sections: homeopathic, Ayurvedic and allopathic. Free medical camps are also being organized in the villages. The mobile medical van received as donation with the help of Sri Kishore Bhai Shah of Jinendra Foundation, Sri Gopal Bhai Popat of Asian Foundation for Help UK and Dr. Manu Bhai Vora of Blind Foundation for India USA is proving very useful in serving the poor people of the villages. All the patients are treated free of cost and medicines are also given free. Financial help is also provided to poor patients occasionally for their further treatment outside, depending on the interest received from the endowment created for this purpose. Patients suffering from diseases like psoriasis are also getting cured. The dispensary is proving a boon to the local people. Homeopathic and Ayurvedic sections particularly are very popular. A public library with free reading room facility has been started in 1998, in which there are more than 13,000 books on management, science, philosophy, religion, Indian culture, fiction, etc. in various languages: Gujarati, Hindi, English, etc. Free Reading Room receives more than 50 periodicals. The library remains open from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day except on Mondays. The children's section contains a large number of interesting books. No membership fee is charged from the public except for refundable deposit of Rs 100 from elderly members and Rs 25 from the children if they want to borrow books. The library is becoming popular. More than 1300 members have already enrolled themselves. Programs for managers, executives, teachers and students are organized from time to time in the ashrama premises, and educational institutions. Competitions on speech, essay, etc. are organized every year on the occasion of Swami Vivekananda's birthday, and the prizes are given to successful candidates. Felicitation ceremony for giving prizes to the brilliant students is also held every year. In order to provide value-oriented education, special programs on total personality development are organized in the educational institutions, comprising of talk on personality development followed by question answer session and meditation session.
ગેરંટી દઈને કહું છું, જો સારી રીતે તમે ભણશો તો જરૂરથી તમે બધા પાસ થશો. એટલું જ નહીં, સારા નંબરે પાસ થશો. એટલું જ નહીં, જીવનમાં સુખ અને શાંતિ અને સફળતા મળશે. કેટલા લોકોને સફળતા મળી રહી છે, કેટલા લોકોને પરીક્ષામાં સફળતા મળી રહી છે, પણ નિયમિત રીતે ઉઠવાનું નક્કી, સુવાનું ટાઈમ નક્કી, ભણવાનો ટાઈમ નક્કી, તો એકાગ્રતા નક્કી.
These programs are receiving great appreciation.
સ્વામીજીએ પોતાના વક્તવ્યમાં માનવીના શરીરમાં રહેલી આત્માને ઓળખવાનું કહ્યું છે. જે મનુષ્ય પોતાની આત્માને ઓળખી લે તે પોતાના જીવનમાં ક્યારેય પાછો ફરતો નથી. તેમજ તેમણે બીજા પ્રત્યે ઈર્ષા ન કરવી અને બીજાનું બુરું ન ઈચ્છવાનું કહ્યું છે. અને હું તો એ પણ કહું છું કે સ્વામીજીનું વક્તવ્ય જો કોઈ ચોર કે લોક પણ સાંભળી લે ને તો તેમનામાં પણ લોક જાગૃતિની ભાવના જાગી ઉઠે. અને સ્વામીજીએ આપણને ખૂબ સારા ગુણો પણ આપ્યા, જેથી હું મારા શાળા પરિવાર તરફથી તેમનો આભાર માનું છું.
Poor students are given financial help depending on the interest received from the endowment created for this purpose. Many cultural and spiritual activities are also going on. Prayers and evening artikam are organized daily. Shri Ramanam Sankirtan is held on every Ekadashi day. Spiritual discourses on every Sunday as well as on special occasions are organized 1 hour before the evening prayer. Birthdays of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda and other direct disciples are celebrated, and festivals like Ram Navami, Krishna Janmashtami, Buddha Purnima and Christmas Eve are also celebrated. Spiritual retreats are organized occasionally. In order to equip the people with the art of living and in order to enable them to get peace of mind in daily life, video CDs, audio cassettes and books of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda and Vedanta are available in English, Hindi and Gujarati languages in the sales counter of the ashrama, which remains open from 9 am to 11:30 am and 4 pm to 7 pm, including on Sundays. A mobile van called Shanti Rath containing such literature goes from village to village and from school to school to preach the universal message of Sri Ramakrishna and the character building message of Swami Vivekananda among the students and villagers. Many relief activities are being carried out by the ashrama as and when the calamities strike. In 1998, there was a cyclone which hit the coastal area of Porbandar. The primary relief work was carried out for the cyclone affected people by distribution of food packets, tarpaulin sheets, etc. among thousands of families. And after that, a rehabilitation project work was undertaken. Sri Ramakrishna Sanskar Dham, a colony was constructed at village Wadala of Porbandar district, costing approximately Rs 26 lakhs, which consisted of 20 houses, a temple, a community hall, children park, etc. The colony was inaugurated by Sri Sundar Singh Bhandari, the then Governor of Gujarat, on 22nd February 2000. There was a drought in the year 2000 and even Porbandar district was also affected as other parts of Saurashtra. Primary relief work was undertaken for the drought affected people by way of distribution of 270 tons of dry fodder, 27 tons of food grain, 33.5 tons of groundnut seeds, 33.5 tons of gur, 6.25 tons of gram, and 3050 kits containing steel water pots, bed sheets, soaps, etc. were distributed in Porbandar district among 7,000 laborers, and free kitchens were started at village Wadala and Chaslana. A check dam was also constructed at Wadala. The total expenditure on this drought relief, which was carried out in the month of May, June and July 2000, was to the tune of Rs 35 lakhs. On 26 January 2001, there was a devastation, a great calamity in the way of earthquake. On the same day, the earthquake relief was started by Ramakrishna Mission Porbandar. Food packets, food grain, tarpaulin sheets, etc. were distributed among 3,000 families of 50 villages, and 400 temporary sheds were constructed for the earthquake affected people of various villages. After that, rehabilitation work was carried out. Construction of a colony at Bharwada consisting of 30 houses, prayer hall, playground equipment, community hall, dispensary, library, and other infrastructural facilities. The water cooler donated by Sri Harshmukh Bhai Mehta of UK is quenching the thirst of thousands of villagers and school children. As well as construction of a colony at Tumda, renamed as Ma Sharda Sanskar Dham, consisting of 50 houses, playground equipment and other infrastructural facilities, reconstruction of 36 government primary school building and 1 government high school building, and construction of 20 houses at Keshav under Build Your Own House scheme, as well as construction of 110 houses at Bharwada and Keshav villages under self-help scheme. These were the highlights of the earthquake rehabilitation project. Vivekananda Sanskar Dham, the colony at Bharwada, was inaugurated by Shri Narendra Modi, Chief Minister of Gujarat, on 6 December 2001, and Shri Ma Sharda Sanskar Dham, the colony at Tumda, was inaugurated by Srimad Swami Atmasthanji Maharaj, Vice President of Ramakrishna Mission, on 23rd March 2003. These school buildings, constructed as part of earthquake rehabilitation project, were inaugurated by dignitaries. One of the school buildings was inaugurated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on 13th February 2002. Thus, many activities are being carried out by Porbandar Center of Ramakrishna Mission. The future plans envisage a program for value education. The crisis in the nation today is a crisis of character. Swami Vivekananda's dream of a glorious India will not be fulfilled till his message of man-making and character-building education is implemented. In order to provide value-oriented education, particularly to the youths, we are going to start Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture, shortly termed as Vivek. For starting this institute, Vivek, and for implementing the ongoing projects, there is requirement about rupees 4 crores, that is 40 million rupees. The Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Government of India, has kindly sanctioned rupees 1 crore, that is 10 million, for starting this cultural center, which will consist of auditorium, classrooms, audiovisual section, exhibition on life and message of Swami Vivekananda, museum on Indian culture, etc. The balance amount of rupees 3 crore, that is 30 million rupees, will have to be collected by us through donations from generous public. Porbandar, known as Sudamapuri, is also the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi and therefore draws a large number of tourists from India and abroad. The number of such tourists have increased considerably after the starting of this memorial. Thus, the vibrations created by the long stay of Swami Vivekananda about 113 years ago in Porbandar are still active and inspiring many people to implement his message by carrying out various humanitarian activities. Thus, in a subtle way, Swami Vivekananda continues to stay in Porbandar.